Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing. I am doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, so just make sure you're subscribed and you comment and you're in the running for that. So, my gorgeous and talented people, it's time to really get down to the most important thing, which is how attractive are you? Pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, pile number four. Take a moment, figure out which one most speaks to you, and we're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number one. Hello, pile number one. Look at you, you beautiful unicorns. Today, we're going to figure out what matters is how gorgeously attractive are you? So, pile number one, how attractive are you? I've got the Six of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So with the Six of Swords and the Five, well, immediately when I got the Five of Wands, I feel like people feel a sense of competition regarding you. But because you have this internally built happiness. That's what I'm getting. Like people see you as somebody who is emotionally fulfilled, and is somebody like you're willing to take another cup, but you don't need another cup. With the Six of Swords, I feel like you strongly move away from any drama, and you are somebody who really stays in your own emotional intelligence. So people see you as somebody who's loving and caring, but they also see you as somebody like that a lot of people um, would want to have some attraction, that they see you as somebody that a lot of people would want. They see you as somebody who, they see you as there being competition for you. With the Six of Swords, they also realize that you're just going to walk away from anybody who brings you drama. It's just you're like, no, thank you. It's like I'm good with me, and I can just keep being me. How attractive are you? The Sun. People really want to be around your pure positive energy. You are somebody, because you are this loving person, you are somebody who um, has found emotional satisfaction within yourself. Like people want to be around you, people find you a healing presence. Of course, Aquarius and Leo are up here, which I felt like I don't always do the signs, but I felt like I should say them. Um, but yes, people see you as somebody that it's almost like they can recreate the joy that they had before. It's like the I'm almost going with simple joys. Like it's not that you or yourself are simple. It's just that there's this great appreciation for like you finding your satisfaction in yourself kind of brings people like sometimes in like their childhood energy where even if there is this attraction, but they also feel like they can really be themselves. They feel like that they feel warm and accepted. With the Star, they do see you as this person who stands out, but they see you as a I just heard beacon of hope. Like they see you as this potential hope, this potential healing. Like people really want to be in your presence. I think spirit is also warning you because so many people want to be in your presence. Not all of them are the right people for you. That if somebody is taking, like, I think that there is a realization that just because you occasionally bring in dishonest people doesn't mean that you're just attracting dishonest people. It's because you're attracting people because you have this incredible energy, and some of those people are dishonest. It's just you're the sun. Everybody wants to be in your energy. And you definitely stand out. So I'm getting that you do need to have the discernment and keep it and know who you need to walk away from. I feel like you've had this before, and you have definitely. I'm getting that because of the presence of these kind of people, that is one thing that's actually making you stay more to yourself, which is understandable, but you should know that it's not just these, you don't just attract people who want to take from you. You do attract them, but you also, but it's because you attract everybody. But I feel like you're so much in your emotional intelligence that you definitely can, yeah, exactly. Emotional intelligence, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. You really, really listen to your intuition. You are somebody who is seen as very loving, very beautiful, very emotionally intelligent. With the Queen of Cups coming in twice, some of you could have water energy. But keep in mind, anybody can be any of the suites. It's just the fact that I think it suits. I apologize. Um, but it just means that you're found mastery in your emotional intelligence. So yeah, and this was one of the reasons why you stand out so much, why people see you as a healing presence, why people just want to be around your energy. It's partially because you've done all these things to put yourself in a healed place, and people want to be around that. So you got the Queen of Cups twice and the Star twice. You definitely truly stand out. Also, watery energy, watery energy. This is about healing. This is about, with if you think of those two water vessels, it's about, I'm getting that you're, in addition to this, as part of your own healing, you've figured out what should you water in your life, what is worth pouring that attention out to, and what isn't. But you also have this natural healing energy, but it comes from your own personal healing. It comes from you emotionally having to walk away from people and situations that didn't serve you. It also comes with all of this and the moon and the moon and the moon and the moon. You, like I said, you've gone really, really in touch with your own internal intuition. Yeah, you're following the signs of the universe. You are somebody. So even though, like people just feel this sunshine, this, but you've had to face a lot of unknowns to get to this kind of healing. Yeah. You have had to walk away from the things that don't help you. You've had to, with your free spirit, like it's like you, to some extent, you like unbound yourself from a lot of ties of the world. You're definitely working from a more spiritual, emotional place. And it brings this healing and it brings this clarity to others, but it's almost like you move forward in the dark and you light the path behind you. So I think what some people don't realize is how brave you have had to be. Like they definitely see this loving nature, they see this intuition that they trust. They like, you definitely have this mystical kind of edge to you. Um, but I feel like you had to, you know, do your own healing. You had to walk through darkness. You had to free your spirit from anything that was an illusion. And like everybody gets clarity from you, but you had to begin by walking forward with maybe no clarity except for emotional clarity. So, what makes you so attractive? Again, with the sun. Just this pure positive energy, this, like you bring light, people feel this from you. It's you bring light in uncertainty, and you do that by facing and moving through uncertainty and walking away. Like you may not know what you need to walk towards, but you know what you need to walk away from. And it's like, yeah, you are making paths for other people. So you may not be aware of that, you may be aware of it, but if you're not, you really being your true self, your free spirit itself, this unadulterated version of you is something that is incredibly and almost hypnotically seductive. And you do bring in a lot of physical interest. Like people are very physically interested in you, but it's almost like you hit people on a emotional, spiritual level, and where there is this fiery passion. There is it's um a lot of it's kind of like that spiritual emotional level is stronger. And again, well, you don't get the ace of wands, which that was my symbol for it. You don't get that without there being a lot of passion. So there is a lot of passion and interest, but I feel like a lot of it is like people feel this spiritual connection with you, and it comes in on it's like the spiritual and emotional level builds this passion for you. Like, but I feel like things come through on a spiritual level first. Now, you definitely have dealt with heartbreak. And I feel like some of what's attractive about you is how emotionally mature that you have dealt with these kind of things. How graceful you have been in your own pain. Which again, it's not to say that this is, it's not a fun experience, but this, again, the horse is a symbol of freedom. This is a horse made of quartz, so it's, clarity and freedom. I feel like you found your clarity, which made you realize that you're not bound, you're not stuck, and you having to do that through this darkness also, it's like you unbind other people because they now can see that it's possible. It's like having somebody, once the 4-minute mile was achieved, then a lot of people did it. It still wasn't easy, but knowing something is possible. And I feel like part of what makes you so attractive is that by being yourself, you show that things are possible that other people have truly limited themselves in. So I feel like you attract, yes, you attract physical love, interests, but you also attract people who want to be around your energy, people who want to learn how to be like you, people who want to know the personal freedom that you have worked for. And again, you are somebody who has really overcome obstacles and done it, with grace, with beauty, with poise. Like you are, male or female. You're somebody who has gone into your own emotional intelligence, that you've gone into the depths of your spirituality, and you've been transformed into a light and a beacon for other people. So as with the fish, like people see, especially with this and the suns, people see you being in their life is luck, is prosperity. And people, of course, people think that you're incredibly emotionally wise. Again, like people see you, just just you being in their life, people see you that as luck. Like that's having you in their life, in as a friend, as a role model, as a love interest. People feel lucky that you're in their life. And again, a lot of passion. Like this is for passion. The Ace of Wands for passion. You do inspire a lot of passion. And I think, again, you communicate very well from your heart. And because of that, it's almost, like people are in awe of the value of you. And that's one of the reasons why people, feel like that it would be hard to, like, you do have this aspect that can be a little bit unattainable feeling. And that doesn't have to do with you, that has to do with other people not seeing themselves on the same level. Um, that has to do with other people seeing that, of course, other people would want you because you are an amazing catch. So some people get frightened that, they may have to up level their own self, that they might have to that that you have a lot of options. But I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you. If I want to say I am doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, so just make sure you're subscribed and you comment. And I'm going to be giving away 2 readings, and that's just how you get, entered. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I promise I'm going to start posting a little bit more often. So thank you. And I'm going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 2s. Hello, pile number 2. How attractive are you? Temperance. Death. Okay, well, you are definitely an intense person. The 5 of Cups and the Tower. I'm just getting you're an extraordinarily resilient person. Like with Temperance, Death, the 5 of Cups, and the Tower. You are somebody that has had a lot of loss and grief, often perhaps sudden loss, but you are very emotionally strong. And you probably do not feel that way. And I get that most of you don't feel that way, but you really spend the time that you need to emotionally regulate. It's like you have loss, you grieve, and then you figure out how to heal. And I feel like some of you may still be in this energy. So you're probably having some really rough days. Yeah. But you can't, it's not expected for you to be perfect on your very worst days. You are responsible for your own healing, and it looks like you definitely take charge of that because it isn't about staying in this pain, but it's while you're on this journey for this emotional stability, it's okay to have good and bad days. It's a lot to deal with. And people do see you as somebody that handles a lot of the very worst with incredible grace. So for if you guys aren't going through a rough time or recently gone through a rough time, this might not be your pile. But just know that you are. I just heard Phoenix. So like even though the Judgment card's not out though, I feel like a lot of things fell down for you, but you're rising to the occasion and and really being courageous in your healing process. So I send you my emotional love and support. So how attractive are you? Yeah. People recognize and appreciate you. You're well admired. With the Page of Swords, and I feel like people are trying to keep abreast of what's going on with you. I feel like sometimes people aren't contacting you directly, and I feel like sometimes it is because people don't know what to say. So that has to do with their own insecurities. That does not make things better for you, and I'm not making but you are well like people see you as somebody who is amazing, and people are keeping, tabs on you. But I feel like some people, like, they don't know how to communicate with you. And a lot of people don't know how to communicate when things are really rough with the world. That's a very nice card to have. And the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like you have taken fortune into your own hands. You are closing out any negative cycles. And you are becoming stronger, more beautiful, more handsome, more attractive. Like you are somebody, it's like through your pain, you're coming into your power. How attractive are you? The Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords, Four of Cups, and the King of Wands. Is this about regarding a specific person? I feel like you definitely did have your heart broken because somebody, you know, acted in a stinky way, you know, did not choose the cup, and perhaps was putting their passion, time, and energy into other things. But what more does she need to know about it? I'm sorry, he or she or they. What do they need to know about it? A Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Sword, the Ace of Swords. I feel like somebody's going to come forward with some really, like, there's going to be real clarity that comes forward for you. And you're having a lot of difficulty right now. But the level of confusion you're experiencing, that's going to be cut out. It's going to be burned away. And you are going to have people. There's definitely somebody who's going to come into your life who, whether it's a new person or could be a friend, could be a loved one, um that or it could be a love interest, but there's going to be somebody who's going to bring you this sense of everything is going to be all right. There's going to be somebody who's going to come in and bring you, I hesitate to say peace because the peace is going to be internal, but there's going to be somebody who's going to bring you care and respect and kindness and gentleness, where in a place, in like a very innocent and loving way, like where there, I feel like you're going to bring in, there's going to be clarity, illusions are going to be cast aside, and you are going to have somebody who really just wants good things for you. How attractive is pile number 2? Surrender. So I know that this is, changed a little bit, but it is what's coming out, so I do have to tell you. But I feel like whatever was lost, forced a, it kind of forced you to surrender control. Um, Now, obviously, our own internal control is ours, but any control of other people, that's not for us. But I feel that in your release, in your surrender, that you are, beautiful and lovable, that you are somebody who's, again, in that water of healing. So I'm with the horse because the horse is about freedom. And I feel like the surrender that you've had to go through because things in your life, there were things that you couldn't hold on to anymore and they fell apart because they weren't meant for you. That in your surrender to what you can't control, you actually found your freedom, your own personal agency and freedom. With the sun, again, you're bringing this warm, loving, like you're attracting in, happiness and love. And right now, it probably doesn't feel like that at all. It probably, because you have had one thing after another. You've had to let go of things. You've had things, disappear. But it's just bringing out more of your internal light, and it's bringing clarity and peace and happiness in your life. Again, clarity, but it's like this clarity brings freedom. So with the Converse shoe, you've just got to, one of the things that makes you attractive is your willingness to just keep taking one more step, keep moving forward, not getting lost in the pain and suffering. Well, and even though you are dealing with suffering and pain, you are somebody who's taking the next step, moving towards it. It's one of the things that you may be down, but you're definitely not out. And you may have fallen down pretty far and really had to lose things that were really valuable to you. But you're still so persistent. And with the so with this, I feel like in your surrender, you're learning the greater wisdom of your heart. That you're actually going, one of the things that's so attractive about you is yes, you're dealing with massive change and pain, but you're also making so much growth, becoming the phenomenally strong person that you always were, But again, some of the surrender is surrendering the limitations that were put on you but were never yours. And I feel like in surrendering, you know, things you can't control, like other people's actions, I'm getting that you're realizing that you are in charge of your actions, that you individually, internally, and by yourself, you are powerful, that you're not. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in this pile are learning through the difficulty, through the surrender, that you're learning your strength. And you are somebody that you you invoke the feelings of home in other people. You are somebody that people will, you know, that you will find loyalty, that, will last. Because you are this home, this touchstone for people, and you do have this really beautiful heart. And yes, you are dealing with a lot of suffering regarding it, but you're putting so much into this healing process. And I feel like you're it's tearing away some of the layers that may have been in that may have, like, for some of you, you might have been protecting your heart, but maybe not in a way that actually did. Like, we all can have maladaptive coping mechanisms. We all might realize, oh, I may be doing something. So I feel like anything that's not the authentic beauty of your heart is being, like, also notice how her heart is kind of to the sky. Like, a lot of the things that have been lost are lost so that you can really find your heart. With, like, I feel like there is a connection again. Like, I feel like that there will be this, you know really well functioning connection coming with for you. Like, and it's because you did the work to be this healthy person, and therefore you're bringing in sturdy, reliable, protective connections into your life. And people who want to work with you, want to want to cooperate with you. But I'm going to come back to this. I feel like this should be last. With the, like, people realize that a connection with you is incredibly valuable. Yeah, you are somebody that brings just an enormous amount of value to any connection, and you also bring in, a lot of passion. But I feel like I need to address this heart now. I mean, some of you might be Greek, but I'm really not getting that from most of you. It's the heart, because sometimes I get this as, like, having, presenting as, like, cold-hearted. And for some of you, these these losses, it's not, because sometimes often the loss causes us to have a coping mechanism where we just pretend we don't care. But I feel like part of what you're going through right now is, again, tearing away the shields that kept you from having something really tender and wonderful. You may have had to realize that this, whatever coping mechanism it was to protect you, just wasn't. So with what is attractive about you, you're bringing in love. You're bringing in people who truly care. But what's attractive about you right now most is your strength in adversity, your it's like there's some beauty in release. And I think some of the release is releasing any of the limitations that you're not being able to hold on to anymore, because those parts of you were never you. They were just parts of you that were they were just parts of you that were added on, that were part of the pain of living, and you're not being able to hold on to those things anymore. So so I'm sending you love and respect, because you're clearly going through a lot of things, but just know that that's not what you're attracting more of. What you are, this process is making you release things that, don't serve you, so that the things that serve you can come to you, which may not be as comforting in the moment as you would like, but it is so much better is coming for you. So thank you so much. Really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure you are subscribed and you comment. Let's move on to our gorgeous pile number 3s. Hello, my gorgeous, talented, amazingly attractive pile number 3s. I don't know why I felt that I needed to wink at you, but I barely did. So 4 of uh, 4 of Pentacles. What makes pile number 3 attractive? Hanged Man, 4 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, you are very attractive, because people see you as somebody that they want to, have a new beginning with, have this amazing, supportive, loving, equal relationship that lasts. But you do have a tendency to be your own worst enemy. You do have a tendency to fear loss in a way that's well, ties you up. So you're very, very attractive, but at the same time, you are somebody who needs to get out of the internal prison of your own making, especially regarding, I mean, it comes whether you're holding on to something too tightly or holding back too much. You're not letting energy flow. You're not, and it's coming from a fear. And it, unfortunately, it's coming at the cost of your growth, and it's coming at the cost of new, better, and more stable things coming to you. So you're definitely a little bit of a double-edged sword. But like people see you as somebody that, they want to build something stable and steady with. They see you as, again, stay as stability. Like people want stability with you. People see you as an equal partner. However, 111 is on the clock, so that might resonate with you. Um, but that being said, with this four, you can't have this Four of Wands, this perfect union, um, if you're not building your half of the house. So definitely make sure that you are making making that a reality. Again, 111 is on the clock, so there's some sort of manifestation. So think about, like, do you want to manifest from a place of fear, or do you want to manifest towards what your actual wants are? Because I feel like you already have, there is somebody who wants a new beginning with you, who wants something that is going to be far more steady than anything that you can build while you're in this energy. And you need to be able to see past your own fear of loss, because that's what you need to have a different perspective on. I will say that some people do believe that you have a creative perspective. What makes you attractive? This seven, like you do stand up for what you believe in, and you are somebody, again, manifestation. Pay attention to what you're manifesting, people. 111, they like, if you're in the I can't ever lose portion, you're going to be in a place of perpetually, well, definitely not growth, but also maybe actively keeping away winning. But yes, you are somebody who's, you know, you've got this warrior energy. You also have this raw power of will. You're somebody who can absolutely bring what you want into this existence. And your only problem is the interior of your own mind. I'm not saying that you haven't had enemies in the past, and I'm not even saying that you may not have anybody who doesn't mean you well now. But your greatest enemy, absolutely 100%, is in the self-imposed limitations that come from a base of, fearing loss, which keep you trapped. But the upside of making a trap of your own making is that you can release yourself. You can drop this burden. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? Knight of Swords. You are very witty. Wheel of Fortune. You're actually, despite this self-imposed prison, you're actually also very lucky. And you're also bringing in destined people and destined events. And you kind of need to go with the flow of that a little bit so that you can, again, have this happy and perfect union. I feel like, there's offers that it's like there's offers, but you may not be able to see them. And so I think Spirit is definitely recommending, you know, um, emotionally balancing yourself out, especially because you want to be manifesting these wonderful things in your life. And the problem is, I see that these things are showing up in your life, but it's whether you're ready for them or not. And the problem with that is if you still have your eyes closed, if you're still, tied to a tree, so your emotional self-regulation is going to be very, very important to you actually getting the fruits of your labor. And the thing is, the things that you were holding on to may not have been the right things for you. And I feel like the things like you're actively getting it's like the blessings that are meant for you are rushing into your life. But you need to be able to take action on them and not believe that you're stuck, because what you are actually manifesting is, love and stability and, you know, strong new beginnings, um, destined luck, true happiness. And the thing that you need to do is emotionally regulate a little bit more so that you can receive. So it's not that all the beauty in the world is not, but you do need to be able to see that you can receive it. Move forward. Spirit really, 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 really wants you to know that you're not stuck. That this is maybe a lack of vision. And that's one of the reasons why you do need to see things from a different perspective, because there is this strong blindfold with you saying that you have to stay still, that you can't move forward. But the thing is, the rest of the world is moving forward. The things that you want are moving towards you. The manifestation is already happening. And you have to realize that you need to release yourself, that you have to move forward, that staying still, that fearing any possible loss is, it's like it's the only thing that is keeping you from your gain. So, so I've got the mask. If you're really holding back, especially in regards, if you have somebody who's being really loving towards you and you're not, letting them know, it is a really poor success strategy. Um, you do need to shift your focus, and you do need to realize that, look, clarity, happiness is coming in. And you unfortunately need to be vulnerable enough, not fully vulnerable, but like, like you have to actually come forward. And are you lying to yourself, or I'm getting that you're not letting people know. You are not expressing your feelings. And, and unfortunately, that is causing stagnancy. And again, some of you might, this could be a reading where your energy is skipped. Oh, I'm not skipped, but your energy is switched. But this this not showing how you feel makes you appear cold. It's like, and it's kind of a way of avoiding, and it's difficult because it's like you are receiving so much, um, and you are just, it's like you are pretending not to care, sneaking away, not showing who you are, which I believe is causing heartbreak for you and heartbreak for other people. You not taking action, you staying still, these are actions and they have consequences. So just realize your inactivity is your inactivity is an action, and it does have real consequences. And what you really need to realize is that you never had these limitations to begin with. Again, the upside, the greatest upside about self-limiting beliefs is that as soon as you realize that it's you, you're the person who you can control. You're the person who can take different actions. So Spirit wants you to not leave the fortune on the table, not leave the luck that is being brought your way. Because you're confusing luck with loss. Because you're seeing these things, and it's almost like you can't take action because it might lead to future loss. And the problem is you're ensuring loss. And you're telling yourself you're stuck when really you're just looking at your success and you're running from it. So I've got the clock. I'm getting that it is time to take action. Again, if you aren't the person who's, if you feel like this is somebody in your life and not you, if somebody's been running away from you, keep in mind that if they ran from you, there has to be, you can't continue to run towards them. Like if they so like if you're on the opposite end, I'm not telling you to contact them. If this is you and you haven't been honest about your feelings and you have been running away and have been acting cold and not showing people who you are, it's time to take care of this. But you have to realize, because this is a problem of your making, you have to be the solution. That also means that if if there's another person involved, they also have to deal with their issues. But I don't want to encourage people who, if this is your person instead of you, I don't want to encourage an enabling of this behavior, because that will only make things go longer, because this person stuck themselves and they have to unstick themselves. However, it's the time to do that. So if it's you, if you're the person who's not taking action, what are you thinking? It's way past time. Because what you are going to get is, continued growth, really, like, it's like you're going to get continued growth. You're going to get like a home. I feel like you might have a house or a place to live. That's not what I'm saying, but you're going to find somebody who is a home to you. You're going to have this beautiful, gorgeous happiness where things work out, where things are very soft and loving and beautiful. So if you are the one who's running away, then you're running away from your success. You're running away from what will make you happy. And you're doing it because you're afraid of potential loss. Maybe it's more than you thought, maybe you don't feel like you can actually receive a love like that. But the problem um, is that you can, and you really need to stop sabotaging by not taking action. Because inaction is an action. So I feel like I need to take one more card for you. You need to free yourself, because these fears, again, are self-imposed. And when you're willing to not run from the things that you may fear, when you're ready to show people that you care, when you're ready to show people your true face, which you may be just too afraid to do, but as soon as you show your true face, be your true self, and actually take action on what spirit is just desperately trying to give to you, you're going to, it's like, if this is a connection, and if you fear connections, and I feel like you might fear connections, maybe because you think like it's going to be restricting, the problem is you're going to feel more free than you ever did before. However, you do have free will, and you absolutely you can absolutely refuse. But the question is, deep down, do you really truly want to? Or is that just a fear talking? Because you're the architect of your existence. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure you're subscribed and you comment. And we're going to go on to our gorgeous pile number 4s. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 4s. How attractive are you? All right, Free Spirit just flipped over when I grabbed my other cards, which actually came out in 2 other ones. So that might be something to think about, but I'll see if it comes out again. How attractive are you? Judgment. Nine of Wands. Page of Cups. And the 8 of Cups. I'm getting that you have a very wise judgment. Like you are somebody who very clearly can, see when things aren't right. And when you do, you're willing to cut your losses and walk away. With the 9 of Wands, you are pretty you're definitely tired of having to be that strong and having to make those kind of decisions. But at the same time, you are somebody who still, despite having to make real judgments, to having to walk away from things that don't serve you, having to protect yourself, you're still somebody who is willing to try again. Not necessarily with the same people who may have harmed you, but you're somebody who is willing to, maybe tentatively, but you're willing to extend affection and emotion again, even though it has not always turned out well for you. And maybe often it hasn't. How attractive are you? So, yeah, so you're somebody with really good judgment who's very emotionally brave, but occasionally does have to start small. You may be somebody who takes a while to warm up to people. Um, and you're somebody who really realizes that you are the force behind your life. You are the person you're the person who's in charge. Even if the only person you're in charge of is you don't shift responsibility. You realize that I feel like you are somebody who's simultaneously both protective of people in your life, and you're you can be a little bit hard on yourself in that you realize that, you know, that you are, if you want things to get better in your life, you're in charge of that. If you want to improve things for other people in your life, that's about you taking action. You're somebody who, like, you're actively trying to build stability in your life, and I feel like you're even trying to build up stability for other people. And yes, you have had to let people go, but I feel like you still have a lot of people that you feel protective of, you feel loyalty for. And it's like, you realize that you're strong enough to be, as long as somebody's, you know, worthy of the affection that you tentatively, it's like you are somebody, like you warm up over time. You don't, you might be nice to somebody right away, but it takes a long time for you to really build trust. Because but like once you're somebody, once there's somebody who's trusted, I feel like they're part of your flock, that you are looking out for them and you're looking out for you. Two of Swords. I'm going to get some clarity on that. Ace of Cups. Yeah. You start small with people, but no matter what, and even no matter how tough you come across, you have this overflowing emotional capacity. It's like, yes, you are tough. You are somebody who doesn't open up right away, but it's like once you're in, like you're incredibly loving, you're incredibly giving, you're incredibly loyal. With the Four of Swords, and I feel like, again, but you do get mentally conflicted regarding people because of the things that you've had to heal. You're not somebody who, due to your life experience, can just assume that everybody comes from a kind place. You're somebody who's very aware that there are some people who are just too toxic to be in your life. And you are somebody who is willing to like stand, yeah, you're willing to stand your ground. I feel like if somebody, like, it doesn't, you've gotten to a place, and it's not from a cold place, it's from a place of just experience and pain, where you realize that no matter how much you love somebody, you can't, you may have to cut them off because you are this incredibly powerful person who has this incredible loving and giving heart. And you've run into people who've taken advantage of you for it. Um, and because of that, again, you are somebody who's loving, who's strong, who's powerful. But you don't play hard to get, you are hard to get. You're you're somebody that you're somebody that people have to win over. And you're somebody with a lot of good qualities. I feel like the power that you do have, you don't misuse. You really use it for your own self-development and the protection of the people in your life. And I feel like it really deeply emotionally affected you, the the times that you realize that you can't save everybody, because some people have something that has happened to them, and some people are constantly making that happen to them. And that's part of their journey, whether they do things to make things better for themselves, but you've definitely realized that you can't. So you also have an extraordinary sense of responsibility. I have to say that I definitely really emotionally relate to this fact. So, how attractive are you to others? You're somebody who, yeah, you make decisions and you move forward in your life. You realize you're the person who needs to move forward in your life, and you have to make clear judgments. And after a while, just through experience, you've definitely learned how to. You also may be somebody who occasionally needs to prioritize their mind over their heart, even though you are this very loving individual, but you're this loving individual that's has faced loss and has faced having to make boundaries even from people you really truly loved and wanted only good things for, but you definitely had to. Yeah, I feel like there have been many, many points in your life where you've really had to cut off people. That it hasn't stopped you from being loving. Again, I feel like I need to mention that because you're a protector. But because of that, because you have worked so hard to balance your intellectual with your heart, I feel like you've really had to balance out your shadow side as well as your higher self. You've really had to do a massive amount of healing, um, because of, I feel like when you make boundaries, you're very justified in making those boundaries. I don't think that I feel like you're somebody who's very loyal, so you often give people a lot of chances, but you've had to let go of everybody and every situation that treats you badly. No matter how much it made you feel. And because of that, you're actually like bringing in so much change and action in your life. So, one of the things that makes you so attractive is the fact that you are, I'm getting like you'll do the right thing even if it's a hard thing. And you, and because of that, so much momentum and moving into place. Like so many things are like moving forward because you cleaned the gunk out of the gears. You you have let go of anything that hasn't served you. And because of that, you're growing, you're moving, you're making decisions to move forward. And this is incredibly attractive. So you're somebody who you're somebody who is kind, loyal, strong, who brings anybody you can take care of and protect with you, but also releases and lets go of things that aren't for you. Or it may, even like, again, if you've had to really be in your energy of letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, of being strongly in your power, strongly in your action. I mean, there's a lot of masculine energy in this pile, but I will say, like, I very much relate to this pile because it's because we all have feminine and masculine aspects. And sometimes you do have to let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Whether or not it's pleasant or easy, or no matter whether it breaks your heart. It's like whether you're going to continue to let your heart be broken one piece at a time rather than making a clean cut of the things that truly doesn't serve you. So you are somebody who step by step, day by day is just keeping on taking whatever step forward because you realize that all of the responsibility for you is on you. And sometimes you can't make big changes, but what you can do is keep on moving forward. And letting go of what doesn't serve you is massively making it so that the things that you want to move forward on, that you can. I just heard emotional mastery, so I mean, you are somebody that you're not a victim to your emotions. That you are somebody who feels very strongly and does have a lot of wisdom in your emotions, but you're also somebody who's willing to make hard decisions and cuts and really strong boundaries. Again, because you don't have any illusion that responsibility rests on anybody else. And again, that is something that keeps moving things forward for you. And you're very strongly on your self-mastery journey. Because even though you have made a lot of self-mastery in your life, you also realize that it's all a continued process. So with the tree of life, I feel like you are somebody who's healing. I feel like you're a healing presence for other people, partially because people can feel your protectiveness towards them. People, I feel like you bring in, like you do bring in, soul families, soul things like that. But I feel a lot of the people you bring in are not just, you bring in, because you are a protector, you bring in people who you're meant to protect. And I think that also the realization that there were some people that well, that also ultimately you can't protect people from themselves. But there are a lot of external things that, it can make a huge difference if somebody is just there in your corner. And I feel like you're the person who is there. You're somebody who's in their corner. You're somebody that as long as somebody doesn't, seek to harm you and therefore make you make the hard choices that you are willing to make, the alternative is you just pouring out affection and protection and showing people how to move forward. Because with this, like, you are somebody who is very physically attractive, I'm going to say, like, you inspire a lot of passion. And I think it's because you are actually a very passionate person. I think that you definitely channel your passion into taking care of other people, into protecting other people. Um, um, but like all this personal power that you have goes a lot into your own personal attractiveness. And and all the all the healthy behaviors in your life, all the things that you do to grow, it's one of those things that it makes you somebody healthy in other people's lives. Like your continued fight to be, healthy and strong and find things that you can grow and be in the energy of cause and letting go of the things that you cannot control is something that would that makes you a healthy person. And it means that because of that other people, it's like people get further health through you. With the dragon, again, you're very powerful and you're very protective. And you also come to the discernment of letting go so you know who doesn't deserve your protection. Or even, yeah. So you are somebody who's very, you may have this energy where you will do what you need to do, no matter what, but in your communication, you're very loving. You are actually a very excellent emotional communicator. And I think that you also have a powerful sense of style. You're somebody who's definitely not afraid to take risks in your own like you're very confident. You're somebody who's definitely willing to do what you want and like you kill it for. I think that you have a good sense of style and at the same time just the confidence that you have in yourself makes it hard for people, like it's almost like you can pull off anything with this kind of energy. Like um and people do see your attractiveness, people do see your beauty, and they realize that, like, because this is a shell, every single there were many made, but there's not a single one that's the same. So you're beautiful, you bring appreciation, but you are clearly very strongly individual. And with the cat, I mean, I'm getting like a sensuous, a sultry kind of thing. Like you do have this when you're not in your 100% hardcore boss mode, you definitely have this kind of languorous, this, you have this part of you that's just here to enjoy and like a lot of like you do have this essential sexy energy. And again, you are somebody who's very passionate and you definitely inspire passion in other people. People do see your physical attractiveness. And again, you have this confidence and style. But I almost feel like a lot of your energy is more put towards looking out for other people. And you do tend to have an overwhelming sense of responsibility. I mean, if anything, I definitely relate to this pile the most. But yeah, just you're attractive because you're you and you're strong and you're powerful and you're doing everything to also be that strength for other people in your life. So I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much, especially for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters, and I'm very grateful. And again, I'm doing a giveaway as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed and you comment. And I'm planning on putting and posting more. So thank you. I really appreciate you.